Good evening, Shadreck. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. Very much fantastic. How are you? Are you all right? Everything okay from your end?
I am well. It's been a long week, but it's good. I'm excited for tonight because of the slightly different setup that we have.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a different setup this evening, and I think I like the setup for this evening. Part because it's gonna remind us of what we should be able to expect. All right, so I'm gonna
Mm.
need to remove this comment here. All right, good. Because the comment that is there, okay, good. I've removed it. So
Yeah.
it's good to see you. Everything okay from your end? How has been your day? How has been your
It,
week? Today is Friday. Are you partying?
I'm the most boring person from now on, officially.
Really,
No. After this, I plan
really,
to just relax and maybe watch a movie, but that's it. Yeah. Now I feel like I've grown old and, I sleep a lot more. I feel like I'm a cat. I need to sleep a
really.
lot. But yeah, how was your week?
See, my week has been busy. My week has been
I
fantastic.
know,
Just
I
a
know.
bit, a
It
bit,
was hard to find.
jumping up and down here and there,
Yeah,
but we're getting there. We're getting there.
yeah,
Things are finally getting there. I think that's the most important thing. It's been an
that's
awesome
good.
week. I've had some quite, some good. What can I say? Some good things happening good during this week, right?
That's good. That's
Some good
excellent.
things.
Is
So,
there
so, so
anything particular that's public shareable worthy from the good things that have happened?
I've learned a lot of things this week.
Okay.
I've learned a lot of things, especially about competition. I've learned quite a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but
Mm-hmm.
because I've been able to see how it has turned out for me this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
can't go into all the details. But I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say I've learned competition, but I've also
Mm-hmm.
acquired a new skill. Like I say, I
Mm-hmm.
always learn something new. So I've learned something new
Yeah.
this week, and I've had
Yeah.
some quite good, response from
Mm-hmm.
my program. So I'm excited about this week. It's been a fantastic week. Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. That is great. So maybe we can do a little quick sound check for everyone who has joined us. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. This wouldn't be any fun if you were not here. Let us know if you can hear us loud and clear. Also, remember to share and invite a friend. The topic for today we're talking about is your gift, your power. This is an exciting week because we saw um, Tio Sheffy and Sampa the Great be on the one of the biggest movies in the world, and they did a soundtrack on that. And we have a special guest tonight, so don't sleep on this. Do share the live, but also engage with us and just look forward to a great evening. Shadrach, do you want to get into it and just briefly introduce our guest for tonight?
Yes, so our guest for tonight is Jack Kariamba. He goes by the name Miles the Soul Writers. The reason is simple. He's a poet. All right,
Mhm.
he does poems, and he's
Yeah,
quite fantastic. All right,
yeah.
he's quite fantastic with what he does, and we want to get to talk to him about this
Mhm.
gift, but because it's made a living out of poet. All right, he
Wow.
likes
Yeah.
nice poets. I'm gonna be able to play some of his works here
Mhm.
so that we can have a test.
Yeah, yeah, it will really be good.
Yes.
It's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it because you know how we have the white collar fantasy a lot predominantly in this country. We were raised to go to school, but who is teaching you poetry at school and someone has is making a life out of it? That's really interesting. And I'm particularly excited that I will be getting to know Miles off of this show as well. So I really like that. So it will be like it will be new for me as well as it will be new for our guests tonight. Um, so you do welcome our guest, so we can get right
Fantastic.
into the night.
So, guys, as you all know, we're talking about your gift, your power. I'm going to give you a background of this. All of us, we have something unique about ourselves.
Yeah.
Other people are being able to use what God has given them to benefit themselves.
Mhm.
Others, not so much. Others,
Mhm.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
So the reason why we talk about being able to use your gift to your advantage is partly because sometimes your gift can benefit you more than a job.
Mm.
There's a reason why God gave us all these different talents, different gifts. It's for us to be able to utilize them and use them. You look at the cost of living, Bupe. The cost of living is ever rising.
It is
Employment
actually.
rates are always rising. So the
Yeah.
economy is also crashing. Everything is going up. So the only way we get to survive is if we maximize the assets that we have inbuilt within us. And that is our gifts. A lot of people are shy about gifts, I can tell you. There are lots of people right now who have brilliant gifts, but they
Yeah.
don't talk about them because they are shy.
Right.
They don't benefit. All right.
Mm.
I
Mm.
get to make money doing what I love to do. And I wish
Mm.
many people could do that. All right.
Mm.
This
Mm.
is what we want to discuss here. How
Yeah.
can you use your gift to benefit yourself? All right.
Yeah.
So we feature Miles, the soul writer. His name is Jack, and you can search for Miles, the soul writers on Facebook. He's a poet, and he's utilized his gift and he's made a living out of it. All right. So good evening, Miles. Welcome to the show. We are happy to have you.
Good evening, Mr. Shadreck. I'm pleased and happy to be part of the show today.
Fantastic. So we are discussing the gift, all right, and how we can use it to our advantage. I know you're a poet. You do quite a fantastic job. I've played your work, and we're going to be sharing some of your works tonight so that our audience can be able to watch and listen to what you're able to do. So just to get the ball rolling, I'm gonna push it to you because I want you to to get started with it. All right.
Yes.
What do you have for him? I have my
Yes.
own question, but I want you to be the first one.
Yeah. I mean, with the work that Jack does, right? It's always nice. It's already told me that he's a very passionate person because poetry, it's a job, it's work that speaks to the heart. So I'm curious to get to know Miles as a person first, the person behind the talent. Like, who is he? Like, who is Jack? And I'd like to know that. So now I know that you are Jack. Where is Jack from? And who is the person behind the brand?
Fantastic. There we go, Jack. Let's go. Let's take it up.
Okay, to start with, thank you for having me once again. And like Mr. Shadrick has said, my name is Jack, professionally known as Mouse the Soul Writers, based here from Kabwe, of course. And I'm glad to see that some of the people from here are watching. Welcome to
Yeah.
this live, and we're talking about your gifts, your power. One way one can utilize their talent and make it to start paying and earn from what they do. We're talking of appreciation. So basically, I'm just a simple poet based here in Kabwe who's made poets a living and it's actually paying. One, it's more of a source of employment for me here since, looking at our economy in Zambia and the rates of unemployment, so this is really a great opportunity for youths actually to identify their talent and start making them start paying out.
That's nice. I also just a follow up to that. Do you remember at which point it happened for you that you decided that this is what you were going to do poetry? Like, where in your life? When did that happen for you?
Okay, so funny, I would say I've always been a fan of poetry back since in high school. You know how I would join clubs related to poetry.
Yeah.
I was a debater back in high school. I used to do a lot of debates.
Yeah.
I joined poetry clubs, but then I wasn't really doing the actual poetry. I would watch people do poetry back in school. Not until after school, I went to do a certain course. But once I was done, I was like home for a whole year. That was 2020. I was home all year, and I used to write a lot of poetry. I would look at issues that young people face in the community, and to write a lot about that. But then there's this show I was watching actually, where they emphasize much on youths being able to use their talent and make a life out of it. So this is when I decided to do a poem. Like I wrote a poem which I performed at my former school. And then from then, the head teacher books me to perform on his wedding day. It so happened he was getting married, so I was booked to perform on his wedding, and which went well for me. And then everybody there thought I do poetry for a living. So it was that day that I decided to say, okay, well, why not make a life out of poetry? And then the journey just began there. That was 2021, last year.
Okay. Do you have, I scoured through your page all afternoon this afternoon. I did notice something. Tell me about your inspiration. So far, I have already picked out that you have said that, you know, you were in debate clubs and you were always drawn to the words, to talking, even throughout your high school life. But tell me about inspiration. Talk me through what inspires you to do what you do.
Okay, so what inspires me, basically, I'll just say life itself. You know how we've got a lot of issues that happen where, believe you me, there are people that are fun of, they write much their thoughts and not talk to people. That is a source of inspiration for me. Just life itself, you know. But all in all, I'm a fan of music too much. So what really kicked me starting to record poetry and make a life out of it is the current trending artist, Sampa the Great. I've always been a fan of her. Like, I've always been listening to Sampa the Great since high school. Kendrick Lamar, Critic, Tim, these guys have inspired me a lot to start recording
That's
poetry.
a rich playlist. I'll tell you that. That's a rich playlist.
Yeah, so these guys have really been an inspiration for me personally. Like, to start recording poetry, even though most people would think it's music, but you know, even music itself is as a result of poetry. So I still
it's
defend it
art.
like
Yeah. That's very interesting. Before I take over the show, Shadreck, I'll give you a chance to also ask a question.
No, I think you're doing fine. So what I want, since I've learned how we started, I've learned where I started from. I want to just play one of his poets so that we can take it up from there. All right. So I have some of his works here with me. So I'm gonna play one. All right. I'm gonna play one right now so that we can we can take it up. We can take it up from there. So I'm gonna play one right now. Right. Yeah. So let's go and see how this turns out. So I'm gonna play one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. I don't hear anything just yet. Did you play it already? Okay. There we go. I can't hear anything though. Did you already play it?
Yeah.
We didn't have the sound.
Really?
Yeah. Jack, did you hear it?
Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this. Let me play it again. How come you didn't get the sound? Okay, because I can get the sound. All
okay,
right.
Jack,
okay,
did you hear it? Maybe it's just me. Did you hear it? No. Okay.
All right. Okay. Let me play it again. Let me try and see if we can play it again. All right. So I'm gonna do that, and yeah. Okay, so guys, I think I did not share the sound, so I'm gonna need to share the sound. Okay, so I've been told I needed to share the sound, so I did not share the sound. Okay, fine. I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna be able to share the sound later. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to get back and share this out. So let's keep going. So Jack, you say you've been inspired by Sampa the Great, and looking at Sampa the Great, you've been able to start doing your own work. All right. So this work that we see is a result of inspiration from people like Sampa the Great and things like that. So I want to find out from you, Jack. What was the challenges when you were starting? Did you just say, you know what, I'm motivated, I'm gonna start today?
Mm.
Did you face any challenges? Did you look at something
Mm.
and say, you know what, I think I'm gonna go this route? But because just waking up one day and say I'm gonna do poetry is not something that everybody wants to do, because this is a very creative art. You require a lot of focus, good choice of words. All right, you need to understand that when you say those words, they should be soothing to somebody who's listening to those words. So there's a lot of work involved in being a poet. It's different from being other things, because this one you're trying to impress the listener so that they can they can get that soothing experience that comes with listening to beautiful poet. So what were the challenges in your early days of your poets?
Lot, I would say, much here in our country, because they're looking at somebody that wants to do arts like poetry. We'll talk of poetry, like poetry.
Mm.
I'm studying up poetry, but one doesn't own studio equipment.
Mm.
Probably they are not even working. And
Mm.
then there's the fear to say, what if I record this? Will the people accept this? So
Mm.
when you look at all those factors, contributes to one not being so confident to releasing out a body of work. Because
Mm.
if you ask me, most youths are not working. So how are they going to provide for a fee to meet the standards of them recording in a studio? That is
Yeah.
its own challenge. And how are
Mm.
they? Is the platform going to welcome their body of work? As well, that's
Mm.
another challenge that artists face. So those for me were most stressful and suppressing challenges that I faced. But
Mm.
remember, I talked of performing at a wedding. The
Yeah.
response that I got from that wedding actually motivated me to say, okay, people can really tap in my work and get glued to it and listen like that. So that on its own was a motivation. And then,
Mm.
if you know, talent isn't something that can pay out just there and then. It takes time. So
Mm-hmm.
consistency and focus is the goal.
Mm.
So if you're
Yeah.
consistent to what you do, you first have to believe in yourself, because a lot of people would
Mm.
tell you, how come there are a lot of artists and they've not made it? You are your own
Mm.
brand, you are your own self. So what you do is different from any other person that's out there. So what you do first is believe in yourself to say, I'll make it big one day. Get yourself to recording, get yourself so consistent, and put out your body of work. So that is what's been helping me get moving like this.
I absolutely love that. What I've picked up from you, which is key for me, is the state where your mind is at. You're just like, I don't know how long this will take. I know that it won't pay me tomorrow, but this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do that. And I love that, because I am so big on having the right state of mind when you're doing something like this. And I really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that. Shadrach, before I steal the show again, because I have like a
Yeah,
million
so
questions.
I think you're doing very well, and I think you see, the issue that we have with a lot of people is not that they have no talent, is
Yeah.
the inability to see how it can work out. All right,
Mm.
but because we all want fast money, we want to just wake up one day and you've blown up, you're everywhere, you're trending. No, things don't happen like that. If you look at Sampa the Great, he said he's been inspired by High Lot. She did not just
True.
wake up one day and discover that she was this celebrated artist. I didn't even know about Sampa the Great myself. I just got to know about her a few months ago. Honestly, I've never heard of this woman.
Mm.
Wow.
I
Mm.
just came to know about her a few months ago when I saw a feature with Shefi, and people are not talking about her and things like that. I've never known her. I've never heard of her. I just got to know
Mm.
about her. Should be 2 months ago, a few months ago, right?
Mm.
But if you look at this woman, it's because she's been able to collaborate with other people. She has a right mindset. She's been able to work with different people. Maybe when she was working with Chef, she didn't even think that the song would be so nice that somebody would want to put into Black Panther. She didn't have that mindset. All right. She just let me try this guy out. But somebody else listen to the music, they like the tone, they like the sound. What do? They put that one into Black Panther. So I think Jack has the right mindset. He says, you know what,
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to take, how long it's going to take, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think that's the mindset we need to inculcate in people. A lot of people have talent, Bupe, but they don't use it to benefit themselves. They would
Yeah.
rather go and watch someone else than nurture their own talent. Right.
Yeah.
So let's say saying nurturing a talent is a process, and I want to get into steps by steps of what helped Jack so much. But because I know he got a good response from the wedding, all right. Then he was motivated. But it's not the same in the real world. In the real world, there are challenges. All right. So what has been the overriding light, the guiding light for you, Jack? Every time you have these obstacles, how do you overcome? How do you ensure that you nurture your talent? Because I'm gonna play some of your work, sis. It's quite fantastic. So how did you reach at a point where you begin to nurture, all right, your art so much that it's almost perfect? What have you been able to do? What tools have you used to grow to the kind of person you've come to be in terms of poet?
Okay. So the only nature that's there, if you ask me, it's just one nature, I would say. Mm, choosing a career that you love. A person should be able to be in a work environment that makes him so comfortable. Believe you me, if I'm doing something that I'm comfortable with and I love, I would be so consistent here at my work. I'll work wholeheartedly. And as a result of that, I won't be suppressed or stressed down to say, why isn't this not paying? Why is this not chan chan? The goal, focus, and pointer will be, if you are a teacher and you wanted to be a teacher since you were a kid or something, your mind would be mentored for you to teach and make sure that you see to it that what you teach comes from your heart. So as you grow, come what may, challenges will be there, of course, but you'll be working from your heart. So me doing poetry,
Indeed.
Yeah, I like that. And you know what it has reminded me of? Yeah, I was watching that podcast the other 2 days ago, I think, last night or 2 days ago, and I was watching the Trevor Mumba story, and it resonates with what Jack has just said now. And I had commented on that video, and I was saying there's something I have seen in common with all entrepreneurs who have succeeded in life, and like talented people with gifts like his in the arts. There's a certain knowing that they have, right, where they know that this is what they are supposed to be doing, and they will pursue it. So I don't know where this is going to take me or when I'm going to get paid for it, but this is what I'm going to do. I really, really appreciate that. I respect people with such a gifting, because that knowing, it's always a wonder to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's a good one. That's a good one. We need to have more young people thinking in similar fashion. But because see,
Yeah.
the only way we get somewhere as a people is if we have people that are embracing their gifts. And I think Jack has done quite a fantastic job. I'm trying to play. I've been trying to play one of his songs here, one of his
Yeah.
poems. And unfortunately, I don't know how come the sound is not coming through, but. I really hope that it works. I'm gonna try again and see
Yeah.
if this is gonna play. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try again and see if it's gonna play. But because he's done a fantastic job, I can tell you, I have listened to his work. I've listened to every single one of those he sent for me. I have his album. He's launching his album, and I've listened to it. I've seen how this young man is nurturing his gift to just ensure it benefits him. And this is what we need. Why should you stress when you have something within you that can benefit you?
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people have got gifts that they can't use. What's going on? Right? So let me try and play this one again and see how it's gonna work out. I hope the sound gets to be heard.
Yeah.
I hope the sound gets to be heard. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's fantastic work. So let me try.
I'm
Let me try
excited to
and
hear. I only watched clips, so I'm really looking forward
or to
to
sing to sing to the entire sound, right?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So that's what I'm trying to do here. I want to try and see if we can play the entire sound. So that
yeah.
Others can also be able to see what this is. The young man is doing a fantastic job. I can assure you that. So just a moment, I'll be able to play. I think something. Okay, fine. So it looks like something is done. Okay, let me try again.
Okay.
Really? Okay. Okay, good. So now there we go. I think I'm gonna try and play sound. I'm gonna try and play this one again. All right. So let me try and play this. So there's a problem. I'm trying to play this one. Just a moment, please, guys. Give me a bit. I'm gonna play it. It's gonna play. Let's go. Let's go. All
Okay.
right.
While
So
I wait,
as we
I
are
have some
waiting,
questions for you.
yeah.
I had some questions for you. You had said when Miles, before we brought on Miles to start speaking, Jack, you had said that you are grateful that you are able to do what you love to do. And I was just curious to, okay, I was curious for you to tell like the people we have on the live today what that is and how you arrived at it. What is it that you love doing and how is it that you've been able to use it?
You see, I think personally, I've been able to. I love to share knowledge. I think that's one thing I'm known for. I love sharing knowledge, Bupe. I enjoy being able to share with somebody what I know. All right. Impacting knowledge is something that gives me a lot of joy. All right. It feels so good to be able to share with somebody and then you see how they benefit. I have couples that come to do family finance with me. I sit down with them, ask them questions. Right. Sometimes I ask them, "Are you aware of?" They say yes, they are. But when I take them through, they tell me, "You know what? We think we're not aware of our situation. Now we are aware." Right.
Now
So
we
that gives
know.
me a lot of joy. Now imagine I'm doing what I love to do, impacting knowledge, sharing knowledge, and I'm getting paid for it. I think that's fantastic, right? Partly because I don't have to stress so much
Yeah.
because it's something I love to do. I realize I have a gift. I understand things very fast, all right? I understand complex information very fast. So I can teach somebody, I can lecture somebody, I can offer service to somebody, and I'm getting paid for that. So this is just to encourage somebody. Can you sit yourself down and see something you're good at and begin to enjoy doing that thing that you're good at? But because if you don't do what you're good at, man, you are missing out. All right.
Okay.
And I think I've been able to benefit personally from what I'm good at. And I hope that many people can do the same. So Jack is back. So
Welcome back, Jack.
I'm just trying here to try and see if I can play something from
Yeah, and so while we wait for that sound to come on, Jack, are we good to go?
Yes.
Okay. So while we wait, I'm just curious to hear about your family dynamics. When you told people, and maybe before I get into the family dynamics, how did you? Let's just get into it. How did your family react to you deciding this is what you were going to do now for a living?
You see, the things when you're trying to nurture a gift, you're trying to do something that you love. You have to think about your future as well. You can't live life embracing family, all right?
Yeah.
But again, at the same time, you have to understand that family may depend on you for survival, all right? You need to help your family, so they are concerned. I'm educated, Gope. I'm a little bit educated.
Yeah.
At least I have a few credentials that I can say, you know what?
Yeah.
I've been to school. All right. I can
Yeah.
work as a director in any company. I can work as the CEO of any company. All right. But I'm not in employment. So sometimes there are
Let's see.
concerns. There are
Yeah.
concerns. Mom would tell me, what do you think about getting a job? All right.
Yeah.
Are you able to work? Even me, sometimes myself, when things are tough, I'll just say, well, let me start applying for jobs. Maybe I can do something. So there are those days when business is just rough. People just are not buying. Things are tough. All right.
Yeah.
So then you begin to think, well, maybe I should think about a job. But it is in those moments when I get to appreciate having more time and having to do what I do. Because when you work for yourself, you are somehow trained to avoid unnecessary stress. Partly because when you're in employment and you lose the job, you are more likely to go into a depression. So for me, I don't expect a salary at the month end. All right, I don't do that. I get money on different times of a month. It could be every day. It could be once a week. It could be twice. Sometimes it could be once a month. So my mind is prepared for that kind of life, right? But this is not to mean that employment is bad. A job is a blessing if you use it well. But I'm just saying, I'm so excited and happy about it because I get to do what I love to earn an honest living. All right.
Yeah.
And I think I'm
That's
happy
good.
with what I'm doing. I love my
That's
job.
good.
So my
That's
family
good.
has been supportive, very much
Mm,
supportive. They also love seeing me do what I love to do. Right? They encourage
mm,
me. They watch my shows.
mm,
If they are unable to watch my shows, they come and watch at their own time. They'll tell me what that was
yeah.
fantastic. So I
That's good.
have this kind of nice support from my family. My family is very loving. They're very supportive,
Mm,
and I'm
mm.
grateful for that. All right. So
Yeah. Beautiful
this
gift.
is why I'm so happy when I see Jack do what he does, what he loves to do,
Yeah.
but because it makes sense, and it makes a
Mm,
lot of sense, honestly. All right. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna
And
go
yeah.
and try and play and see if
Okay.
it's gonna play this time.
Yeah.
Let
And
me
while we
just try
wait,
and
Jack, I would
play.
like to pose that question to you as well. How your family reacted right after we play that. Yeah.
You know,
Can you hear that now?
It's very faint. No, I don't hear it.
All right. It appears that the sound is not coming through. Just during the day, I did share something. The sound was coming through. I'm gonna try and see how I'm gonna find ways of playing these voice. They are quite
Yeah.
amazing voice. I'm so sad the sound is not coming through. I don't know what I need to do. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
let me try and work this thing out. I'm gonna leave you for a bit, Bob. Let me check the sound.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's okay. Yeah, I'm sure we can chat. So Jack, yeah, like I was asking, I was curious about how did your family react when you had this, or did you ever tell them, or you just slowly eased into it? How has your family reacted to it?
so it's quite funny. Huh?
Yep.
I remember the first time I was invited to go perform poetry. You know how families would be like, no, being a musician, fellowship, PA, and the likes.
But satanic.
Yeah, but satanic. So I slowly figured out
Yeah.
the plan on how I would convince mom to say, okay, I'm still doing poetry. So I was
Yeah.
like, today I'm emceeing an event, so I'll come back a
Yeah.
bit late, and I had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Came back very late. And then she's like, how do
Mm,
you yeah,
mm,
same would go on. But then, it wasn't so me trying to lie to. I don't know if it's to make her feel nice that I'm not this artist. It
mm.
was a bit challenging to convince them, but finally they just had to understand that it was something I was up doing, and I can really say they're supported because
Mm.
back then I couldn't afford to pay for like studio session. They would
Yeah.
like help for me to pay for studio session and have my poetry recorded, which showed that they were really supporting and okay with what I'm doing as an artist,
Yep.
a spoken word artist.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's lovely. And sometimes we are raised by a generation of people who are not accustomed to the way life is now. So it takes a bit of time for them to adjust. But when they see the fruits of it, and especially when they see that, you know what, he really is happy doing this, you then see them come on board and try and support you and ensure that you keep going on that path. And I'm really happy to hear that. So tell me about where you are in your career right now. Okay, looks like have I lost you? Oh, there you are. Okay. So like tell me about where you are, what you're doing. Are you still emceeing events? I saw on your page that you're launching an album, which I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that you could have a poetry album, and I'm looking forward to that. Um, yeah, tell me about where you're at right now.
Where am I? I'm pushing stuff. Mm,
Sorry, could you just say that again? The sound was breaking.
okay.
Jack, did you hear me? I can, yeah, your connection is pretty bad. Uh, can you hear me?
Engage you now. Can you get?
Yeah.
So I was saying here in Kabul,
Yeah.
it so happened I'm not the only artist that does poetry, which is a poet. There's also a friend of mine that does poetry, and he's really good motivation because
Yep.
I would record here and there, and then this time we sat together and we talked about looking at how musicians would put out a body of work and call it an album of music. We're talking, an poetry can really make sense. And then I was like, yeah, poetry, an album of poetry can make sense. And we sat down and
Yeah.
soon be out. And we are excited to say that
Sorry, Jack. I think we missed most of what you just said now, and I think it is a very important part of your story, I think. So the last part I got was you have a very encouraging friend of yours who you sat down with and thought about how can we put out a body of work, and you guys decided that you should do an album.
Yeah, we decided to do an album. So we did a lot of pieces, and I'm glad he's also part of the album. His name is Maxent. Yeah, if he's listening to this live, I would like to thank you as well. Yeah, he's Maxent. He calls himself Mr. Maxent the Poet.
Mr. Maxent the Poet. We'll look him up and follow him and cheer him on.
He's the guy that helped me produce this album. It's the brand which we're launching this month. So after the interview, we are glad to say we'll put out the track list of that work coming out. So why the name If Poetry Was a Brand? Not that it's not a brand, but we looked at some issues that poetry would try to address if it was paid attention to here in our country, Zambia. Because then you see how music has, like, the industry growing, but when you slow here in Zambia, what can poetry do if it was given chance to be seen and heard? What are some of the issues that it would address? That's what poetry, if poetry was a brand, is trying to talk about. And you see to it that it has got a lot of African rhythms that depict Africa. Why? Because this is me, a creator of this album, being here in Zambia and trying to send out a message, even though I might use English to say, no, these rhythms playing are from Africa. That's where we're from. And I'm proud to say that most of the works there also incorporate in a bit of vernacular language. They might be Bemba, they might be Tonga, they might be Lozi, just to be a proud creator of poetry.
I love
we thought
that,
of doing something different that nobody would do in poetry. So it's a rhythm and poetry album, the type that sounds like music, but it's not really music. It's just having a positive vibe.
Yeah, I checked out. I tried to find as much work on your page as I could, and I really like that PK one, like the little one, the PK Tishala. I like that mix. And you know what I think about that kind of work? I'm not sure about the poetry space in Zambia. I'm not an expert, but I think that kind of work is timeless. And even if it has a slow uptake in the beginning, which I hope it doesn't, even if it has a slow uptake, just to say don't get discouraged, because many years down the line, a lot of what is our traditions, a lot of what is our history will be lost in a lot of the crazy that is going on right now. And I hope you will keep at it, because I love it. I love it. I was really impressed. I was like, I wish I had the whole piece to listen to. I really like that PK one. And honestly, I look forward to your album, and you have my word, the moment it's out, I'm buying it. So you have your first customer. So I'm also curious about your name. Tell me about Miles. Why Miles?
Okay. Miles.
Yeah.
Okay, Miles. So there's this one time I was so young. Miles is my actual name.
Nice. It's a nice name.
Like
I like
my
it.
actual name. I just don't use it. So it was given to me by my granddad. My granddad named me Miles, but my father preferred Jack.
Yeah.
And then most of my childhood, I've never spent much of the time that. Because the time I was like aging and trying to catch up with some memories, and also he died the same year I was born. So I don't have much memory of him, but I spent much of the time with his dad. That's my granddad.
Your
So
granddad,
they later told me about the name Miles, which he gave me, that dad didn't like. And then as I like spent much of time with him, I got to like him. He nurtured me to be a positive young man. So henceforth, I got a name that he gave me of Miles. And why not use Miles for poetry and all? Because the name itself has a story to tell for me personally. So that's why
absolutely.
I embraced Miles.
I love it. I love it. I like it. And you have such strong, wholesome names like Jack and Miles. I like that. Do you have a Zambian name, an African name?
Yeah, my last name Kaliamba is actually African. I'm Loziba tribe, so yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Western Province? I see that I see that Shadreck is back, trying to play us something. Hi, Shadreck, can you hear us? Okay, so while we wait, have you spent your whole life in Kabwe or you just moved there?
Part of it has been here in Kabwe, and then part of it has been in Kafue. So like I've got relatives in Kafue. I oftentimes visit Kafue and back in Kabwe. Yeah. Because Kabwe is like my creative space. So I love Kabwe. It's so peaceful. It's
small
town.
Like that.
Yeah. It's got a lot of creative places you want to visit it and just get creative and comfortable like that. So most of my art is born from Kabwe. So this place means a lot to me.
It does, yeah. You should write poetry about that, then we'll get an understanding into it. But I'm curious. I'm also curious. I've been trying all night to pick up on your personality, but I honestly am struggling. Would you describe yourself as an outgoing, extroverted person, or now would you say, because now I'm hearing how you like Kawe is like a small town, it's quiet. Would you say you're inclined to it because that's more your personality? If I met you, what do I expect?
You would say that because then I'm more of a person that's like I love my alone time too much.
Yeah.
Then I don't want to waste much of the time not doing creative since I've dedicated me to doing art.
Yeah.
And so I would like to use each and every single free time I get to do something productive with it. So when you look at Kawo is not, it's not so noisy. It's not like Lusaka, they say, I'll say. Like there are no much activities happening there.
Yeah, this place is noisy.
Yeah, and then I'm more of a home person. I love my me time. I love coffee too much.
Yeah.
That's basically the things I do. If I'm not out on coffee, I'll be home writing, creating art, or I'll be out with a friend taking a walk like that.
Yeah. Would you describe yourself as a deep thinker?
Not really. I don't really. No, I would lie if I said I'm a deep thinker, but I do really think a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just around life.
And like, or are you just being humble?
I do think a lot. Like they say how we have a lot of young people committing suicide after the results were out. The grade 12 results were out. Like that got my thoughts. Also about governance issues that happen, how young people are not able to make most use of their talent and make them grow, do something productive in the community like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, would you describe yourself as someone who is empathetic? You feel people's pain, or you are sympathetic, where you are more you observe and you can just say, you know what, that's sad and I'm really sorry? Or would you say, for instance, when you heard that there was so many grade 12 pupils who had killed themselves. Did you feel that? Because, I'm excited to talk to a poet because the way you put out your work, you guys, it's like you feel what people feel. Would you describe yourself as an empath?
Uh, okay, I would say I don't really sympathize, or I'm
Yeah.
not empathetic too much because I think I've got my own reasons for that.
Yeah.
But I'm a type of writer that would observe from a distance and write about
Yeah.
an issue that's been happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
let's
you
say,
you're more on the reporting side.
yeah, I would say that.
That's
I only
interesting.
write about something that I feel within me. So the only
Yeah.
time, even people that would ask, you've been quiet, you're not releasing anything, what and what. I feel I would only communicate when the time is right. That's when I even
Mm,
feel the need to release something because then there is need for me to communicate and write something.
I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that. So when you were getting into poetry, what would you say you want your when you thought about getting into this space, what did you want your legacy to be?
Whew, that question.
When we leave this conversation, let's not think too far out in the future. What do you want to leave with me today
Mm, what I
after
want to
this
leave with you
interview?
is
Hmm.
I want to leave you glued to my platform to say, I want to be the first artist of a poet you get to listen to and would always get you listening back to their work after you
Hmm.
listen. Because for me, that, you know how you would create a piece of work that people would just listen to and then just let it go like that and never get back to it because they feel it's just the same with what everybody is doing.
Hmm.
But I want to be
Hmm.
of a different poet to say the message that I put out would get you back glued to it, listening. Even when time passes, you'd still listen to it. I think that's one thing I would want to leave to everybody that listens to my work.
Hmm. And
The
why is
ability to
this
listen
important?
and never stopping.
Yeah, but why is this important to you particularly?
It's important to say because I feel art is respected and appreciated more when it's listened to frequently. And it
Mm,
makes you stand out as a brand when people do that. It
mm,
means what you communicated was really important and it made
mm,
people relate and connect with not
mm,
just the work, but also the creator of the work.
mm, mm. So you'd like to connect with people as well.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that. I really do. I've really enjoyed this conversation, Mouse. It's been so good getting to know you. I'm really sad that the music is not coming on because I legit was looking forward to to hearing that. So there's maybe as a young person out there, right, listening to us have this conversation, how do they know how to find their gift or their talent? Now that you're standing from the outside looking in, what would you tell them? How do they go about it?
Okay, so a journey to self discovery isn't something that's easy
Mm,
because
yeah, yeah, on
believe you
that.
me, every person has got multiple talents, but there's
Mm,
just that one thing that you can do
mm,
and would grow and pay back whatsoever you've put into it. So the best
mm,
thing I would tell that somebody that's out there and is seeking out their talent is never to stop searching. Let them take time
mm,
to know themselves. Only then will they discover what they're good at. And once they spot
mm,
what they're good at, let them invest the whole time that they can to that. Because talent
mm,
surely pays out. I've
mm,
lived at least, it's not really paid out yet, but I would say from what I've experienced so far, it's starting
mm,
to pay. Even the
mm.
more payments are still coming, but it will surely pay off.
From your mouth to God's heart and his ears. Yeah. That's really, really great. And then if there's someone who's already decided that, this is their space, this is their artistic space, where do they start? You know, so they know that they like the spoken word. Where do they begin? I don't have equipment. I don't have studio recording. I'm discouraged. What would you say to me?
Honestly speaking, I've like listened to, you know how they are podcasts now, right? I've
Yeah.
I've a chance to listen to a podcast engineered from a phone. Like a person
Yeah.
just gets a phone, sets
Yeah.
it there, and uses a speaker from that phone to anchor a podcast. So that
Yeah.
for me tells me to say they are so passionate and dedicated to what they want to achieve after. So if you are a
Mm.
young artist having struggles for you to get a studio session, believe
Mm.
you me, just do the right thing at the right time. That will get you
Mm.
to have at least that money to pay for that studio session, and don't
Yeah.
stop, because
Yeah.
every effort that you put in talent surely pays out.
Mm.
Tatule go pushing. There's like my current song I'm vibing to right now.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
current song is Pakafibombi, done by
Bakafio.
Mboya's Boy. There's an artist from Kabwe, Mboya's Boy, and Shadreck.
Yeah.
So this song talks of Pakafibombi. It's don't quit until things eventually work out. And if you don't quit,
Absolutely.
they surely work out.
I love that. I really, really do. Shadrach, how are we doing? Okay, we still don't have him, so I can still keep talking to you. I love to. I feel like my gift is talking. I don't know where that would
Cool.
take me, but I enjoy conversations. I enjoy conversations. Where do you see yourself, Jack? 2 years, 3 years from now? What's the vision?
The vision is being um, I'm not bragging out, but the vision is to be one of the
You are
biggest poets
entitled.
Zambia is yet to see.
Yeah,
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 to be a biggest poet Zambia is yet to see. That is proud of
yeah.
where they come from, with a lot of African vibes to their poetry, and one of the person that would also help out others if I get the chance to. That's a vision.
Again, from your mouth to God's ears. I pray that happens for you. Hi, Shadrach. Welcome back. Any luck?
I'm not sure if you can hear anything.
Uh, I no. Are you using the same device we are using for the show, or they're different?
Men and women from different backgrounds, sectors across the country.
Okay, it turns out that the sound is not coming out. I feel so
No,
sad. In the afternoon,
no. That last part we heard the sound. It had come on. I don't know what you did that last part, and we heard the sound.
really?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, let me repeat that then. Okay. I tried in the afternoon, like seriously, I did try this in the afternoon. I feel so bad right now. I'm
I'm so
upset.
sorry. You missed an
But let
amazing
me
conversation.
try for the last time. Tell me if it works, guys. I'm gonna jump if it works. So you tell me if it works. Tell me if it works. I'm gonna jump.
It's working.
Yes, fantastic.
I picture Piquet Tishala enjoying his moment on stage, asking people to live whatever they are doing through a song. We mwana saumfeko kwimba wachishala waleli shalelo. Ha. His presence, even though he couldn't see it, pulled men and women from different backgrounds, sectors across the country. With the arts driven directly from the and every member of the crowd enjoy
I
every
getting that
moment
okay.
from the rhythm to the dances and
That's my younger brother there. You see?
This reminds me of a story that my grandfather would tell me. That PK would brag of turning a funeral into a party so long he was given a chance to play.
That's fantastic.
Like
Now that's something.
any other member of his band, he knew exactly what his role was, despite him having to talk about issues that ranged from education, love, wisdom, entertainment, and culture, to mention but a few. What a level of professorship he portrayed through music. The thought of it takes me to a picture of him on stage where he would perform and dramatically dance in style just so he could not get away from his mic he could not see. That was a legacy of a brand created from a single band, but yet for centuries his music kept playing. What a legacy of a brand. What a legacy of a brand. What a legacy of a brand built with an acceptance from an audience it was made for. What a legacy that preached redemption in different formats, but yet managed to spread the message. What if poetry was a brand? What if it was a brand built on legacy with an acceptance from an audience just so it could grow and preach love, motivation, cure depression, and make the listener so glued to the stereo that each time it plays, they conquer with the testimony that it gives? What if poetry is a long forgotten medicine that carries a message that could cure society? What if poetry was a brand that could rebrand the perceptions of human thinking that it is just a written figure that doesn't exert power to change norms, culture, and thinking that it is just a statement that flatters hearts? Poetry being a brand assures you that it can fight all the atrocities that people face using different mediums, the same way that a man of war would stand and fight with his guns, the same way that a medical doctor will run with his stretcher trying to give aid to a man that's broken. Poetry being treated like a brand that it is will also be a solution that's working. PK conquered with music, and so can poetry. For they say that music is born from spoken word.
That's the point.
Welcome to If Poetry Was a Brand.
Jack Play, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm telling you, God heard my prayer today. I really wanted to hear that whole piece. I really wanted to hear it. I am so grateful. Don't give up, Jack. Just keep going. Keep telling these stories. Like I said earlier, even if there's a bit of a slow uptake, just keep at it, because you are writing history, and you have a gift. Whatever you do, just keep going. Do you hear me?
I'm gonna give you a bonus. All right. You see what I like is that I see the zeal to just make it. I'm gonna play another one for Jack. Guys, listen to this. And tomorrow afternoon or over lunch, I'm gonna be playing his poets, because tonight I've been disturbed. I wanted to make sure this thing plays, but I've been able to ask the right questions. So I'm so happy that you've been able to take him through. So tomorrow in the afternoon over lunch, I'll be playing some of these over lunch through my lunch session. And I'm going to pay a few people going to come through to listen to. All right. I'm going to buy lunch for some people tomorrow. I want us to discuss this at length. And I just hope that you're going to be there tomorrow.
But also, let's leave. What's tomorrow? Saturday. We'll see. I have a meeting, but we'll see how long it takes. And I want to be here because I think you're talented. Just don't sit on that greatness. And I'm just so honored.
How you find this. Please, I'm gonna play another one. Please tell me in the comments how you find this other one. All right, I'm gonna go. Let's go, guys. Please, guys, tell me what you think of this. All right.
What is poetry? Poetry is words perfectly knitted like cotton on a thick jersey.
Can you hear us?
Is life birthed in word flavors that don't take away but give no meaning to one's existence. But I wish it was a brand, though. What would it do? If poetry was a brand, beauty wouldn't be determined by the angle one elevates their sophistic or the thickness of makeup layers. If poetry was a brand, it would personify realness and not less dignifying actions for social media clout. I doubt if booty or not would make one attain social media following. If poetry was a brand, Like a proton, it would promote positive vibes. You see, if poetry was a brand, the force of change would be born. Promoters and managers would promote scarcity instead of mediocrity in the name of who has the larger numbers, misleading the multiplicity of kids in the community. If poetry was a brand, sanity would reign. Adults would stop opening their zips in front of infants. At a place, parents would respect their daughters for children.
This guy is a mess.
Your father would be a wife.
Fantastic. Did you hear that?
The flame of culture would be ignited, and all would be united. If poetry was a brand,
Really?
a neighbor's success would come first. No one would practice juju to put or shrink another person's breakthrough. What do you think? There is more to it than just bars, punchlines, and metaphors. Poetry is creativity of words wonderfully and undoubtedly being expressed mysteriously and unapologetically in a word that conveys a message that warms hearts and emotions. If poetry was a brand, it would walk its talks and not just to attend fame, but serve those whose best interests at heart. If poetry was a brand, it would have served the best words. Words that healed troubled hearts. Words that brought hope to a mother who held a dying child in her arms. Words that brought peace upon couples that had differences. It would address pain, depressions, the needy, and make them identify their niche. If poetry was a brand, all our tomorrows would have been filled with spoken words that many souls took to their grave. And no secrets would exist. Our women wouldn't open them legs as get the doors on movie nights, but would have principles that shape and guide their thinking. If poetry was a brand, love would thrive. Love would thrive because beauty is determined by the angle at which we look at things from. The heart and not being slim and the size of jeans. It would personify a woman dark, clear as not, scars those thighs. Something making the storms and me calm, attaining peace, sorrows lie. And wanted pregnancies would be a thing for the past, extinct. Our kids' mind would embrace our culture, adults would be respected, religion wouldn't be politicized, our minds would be virgins and not slaves to pornographic content if poetry was a brand.
Did you hear that?
With these psychedelic fireflies that light up our pathways. It's black gel poetry. That's all right.
You guys are fantastic. So, Wupe, just so you know,
tell me.
Jack is gonna be launching this. At my event. At the event that is coming up at Mulungushi, that's where it's gonna launch his album. All right. His album we don't at event at Mulungushi. I love the content of this poet. Just the authenticity in the voices. Even the other gentleman, the first one that came through, also is very authentic. So it's like they have a very good fit together, right? They complement each other very well. So it's going to be launching this one at Mulungushi.
Do we have the dates?
Yes, I'll be able to share all the details with you in the back because we are still working around, those backstage things. So we've been able to be postponed to the. So it's going to launch at Mulungushi, and I strongly believe people are going to enjoy this one. It's very nice.
It's such an honor for me, Jack. It's been an honor to speak to you. I think you're going far. And I'm going to look back on this conversation and I'm going to be very proud and humbled that I had this opportunity to sit in the presence of greatness. So you go out and thrive and keep that attitude that you have about not just giving up, but just keep going until you see it through. I think your work is international and you will thrive. I believe that. So I am honored to be in your presence, and thank you so much for making time today.
I'm also honored for this wonderful conversation.
I can't agree more to what you said. I am also of the view that Jack is gonna go far. All right, it's gonna succeed in this because he loves what he does and it's authentic. And see the selection of words. He has a very good choice of words. All right, the statements, just the rub around the statements is just awesome. I'll be happy to be able to to witness the launch. All right. This is why I want him to launch at Mulungushi. All right. I want him to launch at
Yeah.
Mulungushi. It makes the sound it needs to make. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a few calls also. Jack is my young brother, and I'll be happy to make a few calls. I would have loved to be his manager, but unfortunately, my schedule. I just can't. It's tough. I wish I could be the manager. All right. I wish I could, but unfortunately, I'm tied up. I'm everywhere. I just wish I
But
could.
it will work out. It
I'm
will,
sure it's
because the
Right.
work will speak. Yeah, it will
Yes.
speak. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
All right, so thank you very much. I have a meeting that has started on the other side. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be in
Yeah.
a meeting. Like I'm saying, I wish I could stay longer. So I'm gonna leave you to wind up. See people waiting for me. I'm supposed to be in a meeting. So
Yeah, I mean, you can, we can end the broadcast. Thank you so much. Thank you for making the effort, Shadreck, and thank you so much, Jack. I look forward. I will be at the launch. I will buy the album. You have my word, and I will spread the word too.
Upe and I are gonna be your first customers for this album. So you charge us, give us quotations, we pay you. All right. When you launch,
Yes.
we don't want to be making checks that time. So you charge us
No,
for your.
let us know.
I'm gonna tell you what. Don't charge us cheap. All right.
Shadreck, that's not good financial management. I beg you.
Upe and I are gonna buy this at an auction price. All right.
Shadreck, unless you are buying my album for me.
So we'll be your first client for this album.
But
right?
for sure, we're definitely buying. Definitely buying. Yeah.
Okay, thank you
Have
so
a
very
pleasant
much.
evening.
Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be playing some of these poets, and I'll be asking people to come and comment. And I'm gonna buy lunch for some people. Who are gonna give me what they're going to like about this. All right. So guys, thank you so very much. I have to go, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we
Thank
have
you
to
very
go.
much
Bye.
for making time. We'll bring you back again on a good setting today. I think I was going around how to share this thing, but I think next time it's going to be much more better. Have a fantastic day, guys.
You too. Bye, gentlemen. Thank you.
Indeed, sure. Thanks. Bye.